Happy Christmas or happy holidays? I'm posting this just a week out from Christmas and it's time to do all that, greeting stuff. Now, I'm not obsessed with political correctness. In fact, I think it's often ridiculous, as most of us do. Fortunately, though, it does provide some good comedy fodder. Nevertheless, it is important to be somewhat sensitive when we're using language. I've spoken about language frequently. It's something we take completely for granted, and perhaps more foolishly, we assume that the person we're addressing actually understands what we're saying. We assume that they use a particular word in the same way that we use a particular word. I actually think this is probably rarely the case. Words carry meanings and connotations for each of us as individuals based on our own personal history that others probably don't share. There's an intensely personal dimension to words beyond any shared superficial meaning. I'm very conscious of this as I write and even as I speak now. I'm forever astonished that we manage to communicate at all, and not at all surprised by the enormous communication breakdowns that occur all too frequently, whether it be in interpersonal or international relations. There are particular sensitivities around words that mean a great deal to us personally or to the culture with which we identify. Unfortunately, among these words are Happy Christmas. Now, some people who don't have a Christian background may be offended if these words are addressed to them. I remember when I was working as a chaplain in a psychiatric hospital that one year I distributed Christmas cards to the staff. One staff member became quite angry because, as a Jehovah's Witness, they didn't celebrate Christmas. Well, I didn't know that that person was a Jehovah's Witness, and honestly, at that time, I didn't know that Jehovah's Witnesses didn't celebrate Christmas. They could have perhaps reacted differently, thanking me, but informing me of the fact rather than becoming angry. A dialogue of some kind, some understanding could have been developed. So an opportunity was missed. Others become upset when they're advised to use expressions such as happy holidays rather than happy Christmas, sniffing political correctness in this and reacting accordingly. They perceive this as a threat to their own traditions. Now, obviously, this is one area where political correctness can go completely overboard, and we all tend to react to such excesses. However, the people who react against such political correctness in this context often don't really harbour any firm Christian convictions themselves. Really, when they say Happy Christmas, they don't mean much more than Happy Holidays in any case. The holiday just happens to be called Christmas. Australia is not, in any meaningful sense, a Christian country. The Christmas season has, for the majority of people, long since lost its religious connotations. Not many people who wish me a happy Christmas will be attending any kind of Christ Mass. I tend to say happy holidays in preference because there's more than one holiday at this time of year, isn't there? And this term covers everything. It also covers the fact that other people celebrate different things at this time of year or don't celebrate anything at all. And yes, it does show some sensitivity to other people's beliefs and customs. Switzerland, where I lived for a number of years, is a very conservative country with a majority of the population identifying as Christian and a majority of them as Roman Catholic. Yet in the shop windows there, you're more often likely to see Bonne Fête or Happy Holidays than Joyeux Noël or Happy Christmas, even though Father Christmas and his reindeer may be on display there in all their glory. Look, I don't mind if people say Happy Christmas to me, even if I no longer identify with the Christian tradition. I really hear just Happy Holidays anyway. Similarly, I don't really mind when Americans wish me a Happy Thanksgiving, even though I obviously don't celebrate it. Part of me does wish, though, that they could see beyond their own particular cultural blinkers, but I don't become angry or upset. We all wear our own particular blinkers. Political correctness, for all its excesses, can serve as a reminder that our way of seeing things is not the only way of seeing things. That we live in a society in which people come from a whole range of cultural and religious backgrounds. I would hope that people from other cultures and with other beliefs are not offended if someone wishes them a happy Christmas. I would hope that they might accept this as a sincere token of well wishing and perhaps as the beginning of a meaningful dialogue. Equally, it doesn't hurt us to be aware that other people have different values and beliefs than our own. We don't have to surrender our own beliefs and values to recognize this, but let's take the time to hear and understand those of others. So, happy holidays, bon fete to you all.